probably like almost everyone, it was a little surreal. You kind of saw it coming, but when it happened, you just didn't believe that it was happening.
At first, we weren't too terrified, but when it kept getting extended and extended until we lost track, we started getting pretty worried as far as our business.
At the beginning, it was a little bit weird because the government shut down the time when we would be able to be outside or to drive outside. So we had to be at home at specific hours.
Everybody started canceling all the orders. We were in the point that we don't have no orders at all.
So you can imagine that you've got all these orders sitting there, and it's not just postpone, it's cancel, 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 cancel.
April was going to be my biggest month I have had ever. I'm right at that point where I'm going between the part-time to, hey, I can make this full-time. And April was going to be great. And I just watched all my orders just disappear. So it was pretty tough and had to refund everybody.
Because we got this big planner on the wall. So we started erasing all our projects, and this gone, and this gone, and this gone. So one behind, it's not like Steven, it's one behind the other one, literally. In 24 hours, we lost an entire year of project.
It was scary.
And it just seemed like in an instant, everything that we had worked toward was being taken away from us.
How am I going to move forward? How am I supposed to pay my bills? I have a business to run, and I don't know how to deal with this.
I thought I'm gonna lose everything in that moment. I remember standing up in the middle of my lounge and start crying because we didn't know.
Also confess, I didn't realize what the impact was going to, be rolling over.
Deep down in my gut, I knew we were in for probably a long haul. Not as long as it's been, but I knew it was going to be bad.
I wasn't even worried about our business. I was really worried about getting sick and dying. I mean, to be perfectly honest.
Our business is primarily twisting balloons. So when we got to a certain point, we realized we needed to do something pretty quickly if we wanted to stay in business. So
you couldn't plan 6 months ahead. You had to look at week by week.
We were able to organize ourselves better. We some stores or some balloon distributors were a little bit out of stock, but we find other sources to be able to fill up our stock.
We're actually a children's party entertainment company, and so we do balloon twisting and bounce houses and balloon decor. The balloon decor is what really just took off, and all of a sudden we realized we need to actually dedicate some time, energy, and marketing into this then, because this is going to be the only way we get through this.
We decided to take the opportunity to look for a new vision. And what we decided to do was balloon deliveries.
I created some very simple designs that can be transferred into different themes, figured out exactly the materials that I needed, how to do it quickly, and we just hit the ground running.
I just went to the shop, grabbed a whole lot of stuff from my shop, and I started making things at home. And then I had this idea of recording it while I was making it. And so I started to put that out on social media.
But we got this project on hand worldwide with a bunch of designers around the planet. We're trying to bring hope back to the planet.
Thanks to you and your idea of 1 million bubbles, help to concentrate on something, to look up, to take the balloons outside. I never was across my mind to take it outside and leave it for my neighbors to see it. And the neighbors said, we love to see that. And they do. They like to take pictures with it.
1 million bubbles helped me a lot because that's when I started doing outdoor decor at my house just for the fun of it, did different things daily. And then once I knew we were allowed to, I brought outdoor decor to my clients, and it grew my business that way.
Without 1 million bubbles, we don't know how we start. You know, what do we do?
We were hopeless, like everybody was, and that was huge difference for us.
It was exciting to blow balloons again for 1 million bubbles. Like, hey, we're doing balloons again. Let's put it up. Even if it's for us. I don't care. Let's do it. So
before all of this happened, it was always when customers were like, oh, we want to put balloons out in our yard, we'd be like, no, you can't do that. They're going to be terrible. And now we're over here. We're like the Oprah of balloons. You get a balloon. You get a balloon. Everybody gets a balloon. And
so people continue to order things, just not like, you know, in big groups of people. It was more outdoor decor and stuff like that. So birthday drive-bys, baby shower drive-bys, and everything was set up outside. So
I felt like a thief. I was wearing a mask. I had gloves on at that time. We were only working with gloves. And I tiptoe up to this house at 7:30 in the morning, not to wake anybody up. And I did these 2 garlands and we put them on Instagram. And God was smiling on us because that started people calling us for outdoor decor.
To be honest, 1 million bubbles changed
our business.
For
yes.
us.
It's how our business, like the Phoenix, it's how our business took back again on the sky.
I think we have been conditioned so well for our industry to be able to pivot. I mean, the industry we've been conditioned for a very long time. I've been conditioned my entire life to pivot and make an adjustment based on what's thrown at me. And, oh, buddy, if you can't do that, you're in for a tough road ahead, and you just learn to make do.
So I got involved in Float through 1 million bubbles. It was life-changing, not just for my business, but for me personally. And I got to meet a lot of people in the community. I got involved with the forum. I got really involved with Tuesdays with Tony.
What's really changed for me in Float this year is because we were all locked up and we had Tuesdays with Tony. I love being able to meet every week and speak to everybody and get their tips and give our tips.
I think this year you were able to see that Float is more than just a convention, that it's also community.
Float friendship, the Float family is amazing. And with your broadcast every Sunday and Tony's chat, it's actually kept me going.
The Float family the last year have been great, being able to talk to everybody, and even though we're all around the world experience the exact same thing, it was great to be able to communicate with everybody that way.
You know, and I have my Float family. I'm so excited to be able to see these people in person. The Float network is something that really helped me, and to have those people to call and bounce ideas off of, or just even if you're having a bad day, being able to talk to somebody who understands what you're going through has just been priceless to me.
Float is, first of all, I love the fact that it's smaller.
It's big enough to matter as an event, and small enough to make you feel special, to make you feel noticed, and
It's not a brand convention. We can have a Qualatex balloon, we can have Tuftex balloon, we can have metallic balloon, we can have Gemar.
You know, like when you go to college, you got to learn, but you have fun at the same time. That's Float.
Float is amazing. I mean, it's a family, and we was all together all the time. So it's really nice.
You know, to see people, to hug them, to have a small talk, that's Float family.
Gosh, I hope we can hug by then.
And so that's why I love Float. I would come back again and again.
Don't give up. Ultimately, don't give up, and be willing to learn and grow and pivot.
I am Float.
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 I am Float.